What is up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. Of course, it's Andrew Esquire here in the Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. Hope you guys are doing all right out there. And of course, we've got a banger for you today. We're going to be talking about some Disney Defender dorks absolutely making a scene at the CFTOD meeting and kind of exposing this alliance between Disney and the Democrats and exposing that Disney is literally hand in hand with the Democratic Party. They're hand in hand with these political action committees. Disney is essentially a wing of the Democratic Party at this point, and it's becoming very, very clear by what they're doing. Iger is not quieting the noise. He is indeed stepping it up, and he's stepping it up as it relates to the lawsuit, Florida, and everything out there. He is escalating it. And this is one of the things that even we read this CNN business article the other day where that said this is a major component that people are worried about with Disney. They're worried about the litigation. They're worried about Iger fighting political leaders. This is the reason why Nelson Peltz is coming in. Perlmutter is aligning with Peltz over this. So this is a huge issue. This is at the core of why Disney is screwing up again and again and again. And they're digging themselves in deeper by their political allies like these brain dead Disney defenders, which we've got video. Don't worry. We've got video that are going to these meetings. They're proposing things. They're throwing things out there on behalf of Disney using Disney IP. They're out there using Disney IP, and Disney's not hitting them with a cease and desist. Disney's not telling them to stop doing what they're doing. They're allowing them to do it. In fact, they're probably funding it. We will talk about that. Natasha for 2 says late, gay, and so not live. No. I deny all of those things. I was exactly when I intended to be. Exactly. Squid over on Locals, and shout out to all my base people on Locals, said it's a weird way of saying he likes being late and gay. No. But good to see everybody over there. Shout out to all the Locals squad. Let me give a shout out to all the special people on Locals. Very special. My very special people. Joe Schmo, Danielle. We've got Steve C. We've got Squid. Good to see all of you D-Gens there in the house. And of course, over there on Rumble, we've got about a baker's dozen over there as well. And let's see, what else is it? Before I go any further, I know that some folks may be, there may be 1 or 2 folks that are sticking around for drama or everything else, and you may not have caught my Locals, so I'll repeat it here. There's a cycle with drama on YouTube, and particularly in LawTube. There's been a lot of cycles, right? We're now on the 3rd or 4th cycle, depending on what you're counting, right, of drama. And I tend to handle it the same way. Once again, I get my comments on a situation. People get mad, they spurg out, and I ignore them. And I continue to ignore them and they get madder for a short period of time, which always happens, right? They spurg out, they send a bunch of crazy DMs, maybe they send a bunch of other messages, maybe they go on other people's streams, maybe they rage on their own streams. But when I comment on something and I'm like, yeah, I'm done, I'm actually done. I don't sit around and grift on it for a week or month or a year. I'm done. I move on, and we're moving on. We're on Disney. We're keeping on Disney. So, people can say what they want to say, but the drama cycle continues, right? They try to generate it. I'm going to keep ignoring them. So it's great. It's absolutely great. Now, they're free to send a super chat. Anybody can send a super chat. I will always read your super chat. Doesn't mean I'll respond to it, and doesn't mean I'll cover that as a topic. So that being said, just putting a pin in that one. Continuing on, let's get to something funny here. We've got, before we get into the Disney Defender dork stuff, I just would want to talk about this. Okay. So this is a great one. We've got Pedro Pascal here, right? We've got Pedro Pascal, who has been cast as MCU's Mr. Fantastic. And I had just done a poll before I knew this happened. I had just done a poll in my locals where I said, how do you guys feel about race swapping? And I actually posted that. Poll because of the Hannibal series, right? Because they're casting Denzel Washington in a series about Hannibal. And there was an argument that, hey, well, there's some context where it's okay. Like if it's out and out of fiction, or if it's a parody or a comedy, then it's okay, right? But if it's supposed to be historical, then we need to show it historically. And historically, Hannibal was not black. We're just going to say it right that he was not, Central African, Southern African. No, he was North African of a Phoenician colony, Carthage being a Phoenician colony. So he would look like a Phoenician. Now, that's historically, right? So the question is, how do people feel about that? And by and large, it seemed like most folks might be okay with it with limited exceptions, like for comedy or parody or whatever else. But for the most part, folks seem like they were mostly not okay with it or thought it was never okay, right? So that was the vast majority. That was about 75% thought that race swapping was not okay. And then, of course, we come in here and we've got this case with Pedro Pascal. Now, my issue is actually not even so much of an issue with them making Mr. Fantastic Hispanic. We'll talk about that in a second. It's Pedro Pascal. I think Pedro Pascal is an asshole. I don't like him as a person. I think he's super cringe. He's very woke and political. He's very active in making political statements. And I just don't like him personally. So, I mean, I don't like this casting, but that's my personal opinion about Pedro Pascal. But beyond that, obviously Reed Richards is an Hispanic, right? It's not Ricardo Richards, right? So we've got, that's not the role here. So they are swapping. It is something they're doing. And I want to know what you guys think about that. Like, are you okay with that? Like, are you okay with Mr. Fantastic, being Pedro Pascal? I want to know. So let's do it here. So Pascal as Mr. Fantastic. Just a quick yes, no poll in the chat. I want to hear your thoughts. And over here on Rumble, let's see. Denzel, people saying on Rumble. Oh, wait, sorry. There's a super chat on Rumble. That's what I want to get, or a Rumble rant. Sorry. And that is right here, which is from Crusader Saracen, who says, "Good God, they're making another Fantastic Four movie. Yippee! Another comic book movie for me to not watch. Can't wait to continue not watching it." Well, that's kind of been the cycle, right? The cycle has been that they make a bunch of movies that nobody is watching, that people are not watching. People are not watching these movies. I love how people think. I love this side too. People are commenting like, historian Andrew, a new side of this. Andrew has done his history research. Yeah, I happen to know a lot about history, guys. I happen to, when I was a kid, I read encyclopedias. My grandmother gave my family a set of encyclopedias, and I would read them pretty religiously, just to learn, because I just love learning. I love history. I love knowledge. It's so funny. They were so old. This was obviously in the 90s, when I was growing up and reading these encyclopedias. They were from the 60s, and they literally said Martin Luther King was an currently alive civil rights activist, right? They had him listed in there as alive. Like it's like his birthday through and just the dash. So that's how old these things were. It was fantastic. And what's up, Ty Beard? How's it going? What's going on? I see you in the chat there. You fucking bastard. Good to see you. Good to see you. Natasha said, mindset, keeping it classy. Always. It's what we do on the Legal Mindset. We keep it classy. We keep it elevated. And we show others how to do it. I love when others say, you've got to stream on this. You've got to cover this. No, I don't. Whether it's Hamas and Israel. In fact, I really thought about covering a Hamas and Israel adjacent topic today. Particularly, I thought about covering the Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro feud. I don't know if you guys have been seeing that. I thought it could be interesting. There's also some messaging from the ADL, where the ADL is freaking out about the generational split over Israel. But that being said, I thought about it and I'm like, everybody is covering that. Nobody's covering this Disney stuff. Nobody's covering it but me. So I'm going to cover it. It's going to be my thing. And Ian Runkle can make fun of me from now until the moon flies. I think it's hilarious when people make fun of me for covering Disney stuff as a lawyer. But most of these are very legal issues, and they deal with legal issues that I have a specialty in. It's my weird little specialty in the law. And so, of course, I'm going to cover it. Oh, I love someone mentioned in the chat the old maps of the USSR. Those are great. Those are fantastic. Floral saying, "Love me, Andrew." I love you too, Floral. I love you. I don't always have time to spend with all of my children. I have thousands of you in the chat and the DMs and the comments. So trying to get to you is always hard, but I appreciate you. I see you. Senpai notices you. What's up, Smoke Jaguar 6? Good to see you. All right. So let's jump right into this Disney Defender stuff. So this is good. This is so good. But before we do that, last comments on Pedro Pascal here. We've got some Rumble thoughts from, I believe it's Crusader again, who's dropped some ones. So my biggest problem besides race swapping is that Denzel Washington is nearing 70 and Hannibal was just 26 when he crossed the Alps. Denzel is older than Hannibal ever was. He died at 50. Ben Shapiro versus a black woman. Who will never shut up first? The unstoppable force meets the immovable object. Absolutely great. Absolutely great. And Powder Keg Greg for 5 said, "Your grifting powers caused me to do this." You will super chat. You will become a member. We will destroy all LawTube membership, records. We will bust through them. We're at almost, I believe we're at almost 500 just in November, new members. So I have to go back and check. I believe it's almost 500, so which is fantastic. I believe I have to go back and count. Maybe like 300, but I think it's 500. It's great. It's great. Good to see you guys. Okay, so let's move on here to the Disney Defenders. Now, first of all, who are the Disney Defenders? Okay, the Disney Defenders is it's a movement, right? It's a political action committee that has been formed, and they were active for a while, right? Here is their Twitter. Right, so their Twitter's here. It is Disney Defenders, right? It's time we wake up to unite to defend Disney and defend democracy. So they have a astounding 5,000 people following them, 2,000 followers here. But that's got nothing on the base legal mindset. Thank you so much, Ted Park, for gifting me 20 legal mindset memberships. No matter how much these political action committees try to fluff Disney, they will never fluff it more than you guys with being based. You guys are absolutely the Giga Chads and the Giga Stacys out there. Appreciate all of you in the base legal mindset. And now there's 20 more of you. Built more, even more this time, which is fantastic. And on top of that, we've got my boy, a fellow Andrew Corbett, who's become a new member of the Replay gang. So welcome, Andrew Corbett, and also Ted Park's 20 people. Please make sure you're accepting those gift memberships. Make sure you're using those emojis. I forgot to upload the Cartman one. I gotta get that done. I got sent a Cartman one by Fat Steven. I need to save that, Fat Steven. I'm gonna get that up there. Next chat, next time, next stream, there will be a Cartman KK, Kathleen Kennedy Cartman emoji that is courtesy of Fat Steven. So thanks, Fat Steven, for sending me the image for Cartman. So thank you. Tim Riggs 410 says, "I care as much about who gets cast in that role as I care about who gets cast in poor little white guy number 843. I'm sure Pedro is more than qualified as a race swap into either role." Yeah, look, listen, no one's going to watch the movie in the first place. It's going to be another Disney flop. So just I don't care because I'm not going to watch the movie at the end of the day. So they can cast whoever they want in their woke movies. They've already lost me going to the movies. I will never go to the movies for a Disney movie until they make fundamental changes to the company, until they change their trajectory. And they're clearly not on it right now, as they're in bed with deranged, DeSantis derangement syndrome, Trump derangement syndrome triggered leftists. It's absolutely crazy. And Knob dropping all of the emojis, the rat, the live, the toilet, got everything up in there. It's great. Absolutely great. Appreciated over there. It's some local stuff that I can't even show. Oh God, I love local stuff I can't even show. Also, we've got obviously the elf, the cat girl, the Adam Vampire, the live, all the good stuff. BT Comics sends a member chap. Hail the 199. Chad Legal Mindset. No, you're the Chad Breezy. You are the Chad because you've been a member for a month. And you're on the way to Giga status. Don't just hang in there. Hang in there. Okay, so let's get into it. We've got these Disney Defenders. So what were they up to? What were these guys doing? These guys, these Disney Defenders, they have been really anti-DeSantis for the past since April. So they started this adventure, we'll call it, around the time of the filing of the lawsuits, and they really have been anti-DeSantis. If you look at most of their posts, they are anti-DeSantis. But when we get into why I'm talking about them today, is because of what they did at one of the district meetings. And it's better off to just really show this stuff, to absolutely just like get out here and show you guys what they did. So we're going to just play the film. And this is just the actual video. It's a clip of them speaking at a CFTOD meeting. Now, I have the entire meeting, and we may watch a little bit of that meeting towards the end because we've got some other folks that are triggered. Some folks you may remember. There's a lady you may remember from other ones. But we've got them here, and this is their representative. This is their representative of the Disney Defenders. See, he's got the shirt. He's got the T-shirt. He's got the smug look. He comes equipped with everything you need. Speaking of everything you need, Tyrannus Cygnus. Tyrannus Cygnus. Is that a 40K reference I'm not getting? It sounds like it could be a 40K character. If it's not a 40K character, it should be, right? Definitely could be a 40K character. But anyways, welcome to the membership. Welcome to the replay gang. You have access to the emojis, members only chats, and also members only streams, which we have a lot of on this channel. Marsupio Gamer says, hail Giga Chats. F Disney, Marvel is dead anyways. Yes, absolutely. Fantastic Four is going to be a fantastic flop. And after Disney spent so much money going to get it, it's going to be a fantastic failure because Disney does not know how to make a good movie. They've killed it. They've absolutely killed it. And they have, I guess you could say they have put a woman in it and made her gay because they casted Pedro Pascal. All right, let's go here. This is from the CFTOD meeting that was yesterday, or I believe it was today for you guys. So it was yesterday my time, today for you guys. So earlier today for you guys.
My name is Chris Wills. I'm here on behalf of Disney Defenders. We are proposing two constitutional amendments. One to restore reading freedom and one to prohibit political retaliation in the state of Florida.
This guy, I think he didn't record this well. Is the volume low?
That we are providing to the board today. It is to put you all on notice that once these petitions get the signatures needed and the will of the voters is expressed in this state.
Okay, so this dummy couldn't even put the audio on his own. Like this is his Twitter. So let me show you guys this real quick. So you guys see, this is what he posted. So obviously he I guess didn't know how to edit it correctly. I don't know. So whatever. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to try to go to the actual audio, the audio from the meeting itself, and see if it's any better there, because I may be able to manipulate that a little bit better. So this is the actual district meeting. This is, kind of uncut from the actual meeting. So hopefully the audio is better. Okay, hold on. Let's see. It does seem to be a little low. Hold on. I'm going to try to see if I can get it up a little bit. Don't know why it's going so low today. Maybe their audio sucks, or they just had a bad connection. But anyways, I will play it. This is actually from the district meetings. This is the raw video. So here you go.
I want to begin by joining in the sentiment that's been expressed across Walt Disney World property in the last couple of days, as well as across our entire nation, and saluting all the veterans that served our nation and are willing to help serve this district. I wanted to provide you all some documents. What would be the best way to do that?
So he's asking how to provide documents. He's handing out this little pink slip thing because he's trying to be cute here, and he's trying to, you know, show that he's handing him those documents. And love how this he's looking down. He's not looking at them. And these documents he has, these little cute things he has, are contained within a manila folder, right? So he doesn't want to individually hand them out because they might not, like, I guess they could not take them, even though as soon as you hand something to a government, it becomes a public record. So yeah, it's probably the mic on their end. Sorry, guys. The audio is just garbage here.
What's being handed out to you right now is our two proposed constitutional amendments. Well, I didn't introduce myself properly. My apologies. My name is Chris Wills. I'm here on behalf of Disney Defenders. We are proposing two constitutional amendments. One to restore Reedy Creek, and one to prohibit political retaliation in the state of Florida. Okay,
so one, he wants to and I'm just going to repeat this. So one, he wants to change the captions for this. I'll turn them on. They're actually unavailable. Sorry, so they're unavailable for this. So I'm just going to paraphrase this. So he wants to change the Florida Constitution. He wants to change the Florida Constitution in order to bring back Reedy Creek. Captions are off on this, guys, so they're disabled on this video. So yeah, too bad about that. So he wants to change the Florida Constitution. That requires, just so you know, the Florida Constitution requires a 60% vote of the entire state. Good luck with that. Good luck, my dude. Yeah, Jessica, who I know is a Florida resident, is like, good luck, dude. Yes. Good luck, dude. Getting 60% of Florida to say they want to support Reedy Creek? No, it's not happening. Guys, I'll just paraphrase this so you guys understand it. So don't worry about the audio. So the other constitutional arrangement he wanted to put out is he wanted to put out a amendment. He wanted to put out an amendment to prevent political retaliation. Well, to the extent that something is actually retaliatory, it is punishable. But Disney is not the district. How many times, like literally, how long does it take these people to understand Disney is not Reedy Creek? The only thing that was done was Reedy Creek was reassigned in terms of control. That is fully within the power of the state at any time for any reason. Doesn't matter what the reason is. Because it's a creature of the state. They can make it disappear like that. At any time, for any reason. So what they're trying to say is they want to silence speech. Because all they have to prove that this was a political thing is a couple statements by a couple representatives. So saying, well, they can't say those things anymore. They can't say they're going after it anymore, like the Democrats do, right? Because what the Democrats do is they pass things and they don't tell you what they're doing, or they lie about the purpose of the legislation. They'll say, oh, this is to help inner city kids. And that money is pork barrel money that goes to support their friends and family. that money goes towards Hunter Biden and some cocaine and hookers, right? They won't say it. But because that some people actually said, no, well, this is something that needs to go. Disney needs to have its situation, right, reevaluated. RCID needs to be reevaluated. There's nothing wrong with that. But Disney is not Reedy Creek. So taking away and getting rid of Reedy Creek has nothing to do with Disney as a corporation and its ability to have political speech. It can say whatever it wants to say. A benefit is something like a job. If Disney was a state employee and they fired Disney for its political beliefs, then yes, that is political retaliation, okay? If Disney was a political, it would be political firing if Disney was a contractor of the state and they terminated their contract. So if Disney, for example, was contracted to do environmental cleanup, and because they made the wrong comment, they were fired, that yes, they would have a cause of action for that. That's not what we have here. We do not have that at all. A district, a government is not an entitlement. You are not entitled to have your own government. That is the most crazy thing ever. Floral says, turn your mic down 60% so we can turn up the volume. I'll do that right now. I'll try to do that right now. If it helps, let me know. If it doesn't help, I'm sorry. I don't know what to. So I'm turning down the mic. I'll turn it down to 60%. So I'm turning down my mic right now to 60%. So my mic volume should be at 60%. So if that helps, great. If it doesn't, okay. We're only watching another minute of this. This is not even like 30 seconds of this. So don't worry. It's not going to be, we're not watching the full hour. I know it shows an hour there. We're not watching an hour. We got a little bit more here. And Zaire, thank you so much for the, Dreamcatcher. Thank you so much for the 21 Czar. I don't know what that is. But thank you. Appreciate it either way, and appreciate the Shiba super sticker. I always love Shibas. Appreciate that. Clips Warlord says, I love how ignorant Disney fans are. It's good comedy. It's great comedy because they're to the point of ridicule. They're really to the point of ridicule. Okay, and also I think it could be this too. See this guy? He's not on the mic. He's away from the mic. I think he's got to speak into the mic. Is it South Africa? It's South Africa. It's South Africa. Thank you. ZAR is South Africa. Thank you, though. Thank you. Appreciate it. Shout out down there. Stay tough down there in South Africa.
And then the final document that's in the packet that was just provided to you all is a pink slip.
Okay, so this is his little soapbox, his pink slip. We are going to go through this pink slip, but I want to note something on this, and you can see it right now. You can see it when you look at this. He's using the Disney font, right? Now, this is something that if people went around and used the Disney font, they would actually sue you over that, right? So Disney, if you went around and used Disney IP like the Mickey Mouse and the thing in a non-protected fair use way, they would come after you. I'm just saying that I don't see these guys being come after that. I don't see these guys getting a cease and desist over that, right? This is Disney's political theater, absolutely 100%. And it's sad. It's pathetic. It's really sad. So let's continue with this. I'll give him another 10 seconds here.
That we are providing to the board today. It is to put you all on notice that once these petitions get the signatures needed and the will of the voters is expressed in this state, we will restore Reedy Creek.
So he's saying once these amendments are passed, so once they get 60%, then they're going to restore Reedy Creek and they're not going to have a job anymore. And let's look at that document a little bit more closely, so you guys can see what they actually, turned over here to them, what they actually had them looking at. Here we go. So here is this document that they were presenting to them. So this is the document. Now it's a little bit, maybe I can get it a little bit bigger than that, because it's Yeah, there you go. Okay, sorry. I'll stop sharing that screen. I'll do this one, get it a little bigger. Okay. So here's what they did. First of all, note the Disney font. They clearly, this is why I think they clearly had access to the Disney font. Now, what I see here is like maybe Disney gave it to him, right? Maybe. It thinks he's cute. Definitely this person thinks he's cute with that, right? Notice of pending termination. You are hereby notified that your appointment by Governor Ron DeSantis to the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District will soon be terminated by the will of the voters upon the approval of the constitutional amendments to restore Reedy Creek and prevent political retaliation. Your termination is found to be with cause. I love it when non-lawyers, this is my favorite thing ever. I love it so much. When non-lawyers use a bunch of legal terms because they think that they have magical power, right? I love it. I absolutely love it. Ted Park for 2 Canadian says, Diz fans are what's needed for a real dystopia. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. They would create a real dystopia. They really will. Where Disney cannot be questioned. Where where Fuhrer Iger must be listened to. And if you do anything to anger the Fuhrer, it is Iger, of course. It is a high crime. Your summary execution. Now, trigger warning says that Disney font is available online. Okay, guys, maybe it is available online. You know, maybe they didn't give it to them. I'm spitballing here. I'm not saying it is 100% here. Maybe they took it offline. It's available somewhere. They got it. Whatever, right? But the point is that they're using it and they're not being stopped from using it. So let's put it out that way. Okay. So these are the reasons they have a problem with them. Taking action to defund the police that provide public safety for the 2 million visitors to Walt Disney World. Wait, hold on. Aren't these good Democrats here, aren't they supposed to be pro defunding the police? Aren't we supposed to be, you know, fighting the power here and defunding the police? Aren't we supposed to be doing that? I thought that was a good thing. What's up? I think you need to communicate that to your Democratic allies because they don't know that, right? But all of a sudden they like the police. Why? Because they patrol Disney property. This is the problem with people, especially people who are Democratic Party aligned. They are pro-police when they enforce censorship, when they enforce totalitarianism, when they enforce mandates. Remember that? They were all pro-police when it came to arresting grandma for not getting the jab. Remember that? They think we forget this stuff. Oh, we're getting to point 3. Don't worry. Don't read ahead. Hey, no reading ahead, okay? This is not class. You can't read ahead, Marsupial Gamer. Calm down. Calm down. All right. Angering the district's employees by canceling many of the benefits they have received for years as employees. So what are they talking about? They're talking about the Disney passes. They're calling the illegal Disney passes, the ones that are only supposed to go to Disney employees, that are making it seem like they are Disney employees. They're mad about that. That's the only benefit that was changed. And by the way, it wasn't gotten rid of. They replaced it with money, something that more people can use because everybody wasn't using that. They instead get money. They can go buy a pass or whatever they want. They can buy a rainbow butt plug like this guy obviously uses. They can do any of that. No judgment on how you spend your money. No judgment. That's up to them. How is that canceling a benefit? They're literally getting a better thing. They got an upgrade. Maria Trujillo says the amount of straight up fraud Disney openly commits is mind-blowing. If they were anyone else, that company the board would have been arrested and the company itself escrowed. Am I missing something? No, Maria, you're not. They would be under SEC investigation right now if they weren't aligned with Biden. That's why they're terrified if the White House changes Disney gets back in the closet real quick, okay? And they may have to with Nelson Peltz and with Ike Perlmutter, but that's wait to be seen. TBD. I'll believe it when I see it, okay? I will believe it when I see it. They are terrified. Disney should be terrified because right now, synonymous with woke activist company is Disney. If you think of woke activist company, the first company you think of is Disney. Everybody thinks of them now. They're known for it. They've put themselves out there as that. They've done that. So congrats. You've become that. Now Marsupial Gamer gets to spurg and give me the double bird. That's right. Do it, Marsupial Gamer. Double bird me. Yeah, and it's true. Jessica, as she mentions here too, they're not even that good. The cast passes are so freaking limited. So they're crying over a benefit when really they should be crying to Disney because Disney has limited the passes. Disney's cut back the cast passes, it's cut back the annual passes. They're giving you less and less and less, but you don't blame Disney, you blame everybody else. This is the Disney adult. They refuse to hold Disney accountable. They refuse to do it. Disney adults like this man, this is a grown ass man who is a Disney adult. It is sad as hell. Okay, point number 3. Oh, what's up? What's up, Alana? LDB podcast in the house. Good to see you. Appreciate you, girl. Hope you're doing well. Making those from diverse backgrounds feel unwelcome by ending the district's long-standing commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Oh, no. They ended DEI. That means that people are going to feel unwelcome. Hold on. What's the key word here? Feel. Oh, no. District. You hurt people's feelings. Oh, go no. Oh, it's such a travesty. We need a day of mourning for the Fifis. We need a day of mourning. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? DEI going is the best thing these people did. And you're wondering, see, these people they're complaining. Look at the next point here. Let's read the next point. Okay. Let's read the next point here. Causing dozens of former Reedy Creek employees to resign from the district due to low morale caused by the chaos the board has described. You know what? You know why people have to resign? Because DEI is canceled. Okay. So canceling DEI means you don't need to pay Karen in HR who does nothing but enforce DEI. DEI jobs have always been bullshit make work given to college students who took a feminist studies class. And you don't need that. Corporate America doesn't need that. Capitalism doesn't need that. A company doesn't need that. And a government doesn't need that. Government does not need DEI. So yes, those DEI employees that quit, that's not a problem. Also, you know who probably quit? The employees under criminal investigation. Have we forgotten that right now there are Disney employees? Sorry, excuse me. They were blurring the line. RCID employees, which by the way, many of them were double dutying for Disney, right? So there were those employees that were working for both Disney and RCID. We covered that. We've been covering that. But right now, these former Reedy Creek employees are under criminal investigation for misuse of funds. You know those police they talk about, defunding those police? You know why they had to defund some of those police? Because what they were doing was illegal. What they were doing was illegal. So you can't just provide police to Disney World. You are a government. So just providing police to Disney World and not providing those police to the Marriott, the Hilton, everywhere else, yeah, that's against the law. That's against the law. Is this a theoretical question? Because I'm just going to tell you right now, the DEI HR lady is never a bombshell. That is never true. Never have I ever in any corporation that I've seen, worked with, client, whatever, I have never seen that. Find me one and I'll be proven. I'll stand corrected. Find me one. Never have I ever. Okay, not complying with public records requests in a timely manner and are in violation of Sunshine Law. Which public records requests? Let me see show them to me. Because a lot of times what people do is they request records that aren't even in the possession of the district, or they request records that aren't there, right? Aren't there. Oh, okay. Someone calling me out. I thought you dated one at Disney. No, correction. Was she at DVC or was she at Disney Cruises? No, she was at Disney Cruises. And she was not in HR. She was actually in sales. And she was a redhead. She was very hot. But then she found out I think I was also seeing her friend, and she wasn't a fan of that. So, things happen in Central Florida. Marsupial Gamer says, if Nelson Peltz ever takes over Disney and eliminates DEI, you're going to hear the ree all the way from Thailand or wherever you are. No, I'm in Thailand. And by the way, right now, I'll actually take a picture. I'll post it on my Twitter. But they've got the Wish on the BTS, which is our metro system. They've got the wrap. So that's the things they put around the metro. It's for Wish right now. So they're pumping Wish over here big time, which is going to be another bomb. It's just sad to see them promoting these bombs. And by the way, this is what we talk about when we talk about advertising. Do you think it is free to make a metro to wrap an entire metro in your propaganda, for your film? No, they're paying for that. But remember all these Disney stands, all these Disney shills that they talk about, oh, it made this in revenue. What, you think they didn't pay millions to have the Bangkok metro covered in their advertising? No, that costs a lot of money, right? Maybe not millions, but millions of baht for sure. But it costs a lot of money. It's not a little, right? So these are costs that they're paying out that they don't talk about when they talk about box office revenue. Box office revenue does not include, is not less out. It doesn't gross out those promotional costs, those advertising costs. Not at all. So yeah, that's a big thing they're not counting in there. Big thing. Yeah. Appreciate all of you. You guys giving me the redhead pass. All right. No, listen, redheads are the most targeted class. I mean, there's no more. Where are the redheads? They're not there anymore. I want redhead representation. I want our hot redheads back. I want them back. Dehako says, don't forget DEI is an industrial complex of grifters cashing in and hiring unqualified people to manipulate data statistics for a high ESG score. So when these people are fired, why should I care? Why should I shed a tear? No, I have no problem with that. And by the way, if a criminal is fired, or a potential criminal, right? Somebody who is potentially engaging in criminal activities, why should I care? Why should I lose sleep over that? I'm not losing any sleep over that. I'm okay with that. Someone who is mismanaging funds, at the very least, these Reedy Creek employees were mismanaging funds, particularly the middle managers and the upper management. They knew they were not doing this blindly. Okay, now we got a blondes versus redheads in the chat. So of course we're going to make the poll. We've already had 82% of you say they do not want Pedro Pascal in the as playing Mr. Fantastic. So we have to open it back up here, and we have to do the blondes versus redheads. And this is unisex. So sorry, this is for men and women. This is for everybody. This is for everybody. Now, I'm not going to give my opinion here. I'm not going to also allow the option of people to go rogue and say neither or brunettes or whatever. It's just one or the other. So we've got it in the chat over here on YouTube. And shout out to all those over there on Rumble. Make sure you're smashing that pussy over there on Rumble and the like button over here on YouTube. Now, let's get back to this pink disaster. Approving a budget that reduced the funding for road maintenance, which everyone who previously visited Reedy Creek knows were amongst the best maintained roads in the world. Well, first of all, are you reading the budget correctly? Second of all, you have no idea how road maintenance works, you idiot. Okay? So let me explain this, And guess what? Guess who has a master's in public administration? And guess who did a capital improvement plan for road maintenance in the town that I worked in North Carolina? This motherfucker right here. Okay. I know more about roads than this missing a chromosome Disney Democratic pixie dust snorting shill will ever know in his life. Here's the thing about roads. Let me explain this to you, son. Roads are not all the same. Some are longer and some are shorter. Size matters when it comes to roads. Some roads are in very good condition. They're great. Some roads are in really bad condition. Sometimes you need to do something like expand a lane. I happen to know, because I was working at Bonnet Creek, that Disney has been for the past years on a road expansion project. Reedy Creek was paying for the expansion of the roads in Disney. They completed that project, you idiot. So when you are not expanding the roads, you no longer need to spend so much money on the roads. Wow, that's just a crazy idea. That's just odd. And guess what else roads are impacted by? The cost of oil. Guess what? The price of oil has gone down. In the previous years, we saw the spike in the price of oil. We've had oil go up, down, whatever, because the things they put to make the road, it requires oil. So fluctuations in the price of oil and your ability to lock in a contract at the current price of oil or at a preferential price of oil is really relevant. This is why road costs can fly up or down year to year. And that's why sometimes when the price is good, you go and you spend more, or you go and you build a road. You do all the stuff that requires asphalt when asphalt is cheap. When it's expensive, you don't do it. So, oh no, the road budget is different. Shut the fuck up. You know nothing about roads, right? Nothing. Zero about roads. I like that. San Francisco repaved the roads for Xi. Yes, they did. They also rolled out the red carpet. I don't know if you guys saw the Tiananmen Square that we have in San Francisco, because they got rid of all of the homeless people all of a sudden, right? And mind you, cleared the streets, cleaned the streets, put up barricades, and there were enough red flags. It looked like we were marching in Beijing. It was crazy. And that's all for Xi, right? That's all for Xi. By the way, you know who else rolled out the red carpet for Xi? Iger in Disney. Because they are loving their Shanghai park and their Hong Kong park. Scorpion Red Dragon says, Disney, please don't live action Jessica Rabbit. Oh no, they would change her. You know, they could not draw her that naughty anymore. Some of us are just drawn this way. No, they would definitely change Jessica Rabbit. She would be deflated, if you know what I mean. Natasha says, I feel so attacked. We brunettes get no love. Oh, the shame. Well, no, that's why I didn't say, because I would say like, okay, brunettes, right? Because statistically people marry a brunette. Statistically, brunettes are the ones that get married, have kids, whatever. But we're blondes versus redheads, because that's more of a divisive issue. And I'm all about drama on this channel, because this is just a drama channel. That's all we ever do 24/7. All right. So the poll so far, just to know what the poll's at, redheads are winning 72%, blondes are at 28%. I think I saw Legally Dirty Blonde saying this is rigged. This is a rigged poll. The bots are there. I understand. Corey Cass says, disappointed that 20% odd people have the wrong opinion on redheads. So what you're saying, Corey, is 72% think redheads are the best and 28% are wrong. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. Where's our blonde stands out there? I will say, K got, that's the comment, hot based women. That's all I care about. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. All right. Allowing a firm connected with DeSantis's chosen district administrator to be awarded a no bid contract, which was not correct until the media covered a complete act of corruption. I don't know what he's talking about. And from what I've seen, they've approved everything subject to bids. The only things that are sometimes no bid are, for example, as an attorney, sometimes it's not no bid, but sometimes there's only like one attorney or one engineer or one person who applies because only one person is qualified to do the job. So oftentimes, or only one person applies. That's not the same thing as a no bid contract. So having a one bid contract where only one person submits a bid, which does happen, people, it happens. I've worked in government. I've worked with over 100 of these special districts, just in total, just working with them, some ongoing, some one-off, whatever. I've been to thousands of district meetings. I've sat through these meetings. There are plenty of contracts that there's only one bidder because maybe they're in a small town and there's only one company that's capable of doing the work. That just happens sometimes. It just is what it is. Unfortunately, for a lot of things, there's only certain companies with the equipment, with the manpower. Like, for example, if in Florida, if you want to do industrial scale landscaping, like very large scale landscaping, particularly in a residential community, there's only like 4 companies that do it. Like, if you want people that do landscaping of, your like, I hear my water running somewhere. I'm getting kind of concerned, but oh well. If I have a massive leak in my apartment, oh, I do see it. Oh, it's from the AC. Okay, it's from the AC, probably. Okay, let me just turn that off. Kill this other AC here. I'm like literally watching. I'm like, where's their water? And then I'm like looking over here, and there's like a waterfall onto like my clothes. My clothes. Yeah. So well, hopefully that's there. I'm like, okay, that's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. My last date flooded the apartment. Oh no. Natasha said, why did the blonde's belly button hurt? She had a blonde boyfriend. Okay. All right. Continuing on here. The last year is demonstrating a complete lack of experience and have shown to be completely unqualified for the positions they were given for political purposes. Actually, this board is super qualified. This board would be uber qualified compared to, look at the Disney board. How dare Disney say this is paid for by the Disney Political Action Committee, which is likely funded by Disney. How dare Disney say a board is unqualified? The Disney board, Disney as a corporation, the Disney corporate board is the least qualified board in history, so much they're being sued over it. This board is a professional board. Everybody on this is professional. Hell, the district administrator is black. Is that not diverse enough for you? Is that not a diverse background enough for you? If somebody said that and their political affiliation was flipped, they would call them racist. They'd also call them sexist because they have a woman on the board as well. So this is a political action committee, okay? And we can see when we go here to their page, we can see some of their allegiances, right? Some of their allegiances. So I want to point this here. So here's their Twitter, right? Of course, I'm not following them, although I guarantee you they're going to be spurging out on me soon enough. Wait for that. So you've got here, look at this. To defend Disney from DeSantis, we need to get Finnis for Florida. That's a Democratic candidate. In fact, leader of the Florida House Democrats, right? Leader Book Florida, Lauren Book, leader of the Florida Senate Democrats, and Nikki Fried, who is literally deranged, who is the governor. I think he's running for governor, right? So they're having all those folks, these Democrats. So clearly aligned there. And also, they've got the local Democrats on the ticket here. So you've got this monster, which I actually thought this was I thought this was like one of those monsters from Star Wars that like pops up in the background. I mean, seriously, I could see this face. Like, can you not see this face? Like, whoa, hey, oh, it's like a jump scare, you know? But you got Linda Stewart, Democrat, right? Right. This girl down here, Lauren Book, Democrat, right? And I love this one too. This is great. And this is funny because the true bigotry comes from the left. Okay. So look at this. They're trying to make a joke here saying, congrats to the FLGOP for not making the governor qualify for the Florida primary at the Gaylord Hotel. Gaylord is a family name, but they're trying to make a gay joke off of the fact he was nominated at the Gaylord Hotel. Is that not kind of bigoted, right? So like, are you not kind of using a bigoted joke there, buddy, with your super woke stuff? So these guys are on the the calling it the incorrect name of the don't say gay bill instead of parental rights and education bill, which don't say gay is equally accurate to anti-grooming bill. But these people clearly have DeSantis derangement syndrome. You see, they're very anti-DeSantis. They've been that way since the beginning. They got fucking Chris Christie up here. And they're anti-Trump. Anybody shocked? Anybody shocked? Look at this. Anti-Trump. Are you guys surprised? You guys surprised about this little alliance here? I mean, I'm not. I'm not. Seems to fit. But that clearly exposes that there is an alliance here. There is an alliance between the Disney deranged, between the pixie dusters and the Democrats. So when I call them that, when I say, no, these people are just an arm of the party, I'm not saying that flippantly. I'm saying that because these are the people they're promoting. These are the people they're going after. These are the people that they're pushing. And they're exposing that. And I'm happy they're exposing that because it needs to get out there. Okay, one last thing before I stop the flooding in my apartment in the background. This was perhaps the best response I've seen to this. So these Disney defenders, these Disney dorks, they were talking about how Little Mermaid weighed $1 million. Look at this, woke wins, right? How Little Mermaid woke wins, and how DeSantis is going to lose, and he's going to have to change the catchphrase of "Go woke, go broke," because woke is winning, and woke is doing great. Well, actually, it's more like this. It's always been more like this. This is absolutely the meme that you use with the Disney stands. I'm going to circulate this one out there on my Twitter now because this is just a great one. But this is what it really is to me. It is the hat tipping, I gotcha, m'lady Disney pixie dusters that are just completely removed from reality. So to me, this is mwah, mwah, perfect. Not to mention that, of course, they're wrong. Little Mermaid still lost money, right? So overall, it still lost money. So yeah, that's what I got there for that. Let's see what else we got here on all the platforms. I want to make sure I check Rumble. You guys are doing good over there. Make sure you smash that pussy. We are at 80 people watching over there. So appreciate that one. And we have 422 here, and we only have 205 likes. So, or actually 225 likes. So if we get to 250, I would appreciate it. Now, There are a lot more topics that I am going to get to. I do want to do one on Candace and Ben, but I want to do it maybe as a premiere. So you guys are going to get the world famous premieres, my artisan premieres, I think, on that one. So that one should be coming soon. And we are going to do our anniversary stream on Saturday. That is definitely going to happen. It will be Saturday morning my time, which will be Sunday evening, Friday night. So that will definitely happen as well. So be prepared for that. Other than that, guys, that's what I got for today. I'm gonna go clean my air filters or whatever the hell else I have to do to make it. Actually, it's getting a little better now. But I'm gonna handle that stuff. And this last super chat from Maria Trujillo says Florida might be insane, but it does have standards. White cola and night ladies, all good. Democrats, a hard pass. Listen, we need to make Florida and keep Florida Florida. We need to make sure Florida stays as Florida as possible. Until next time, though, guys. Catch you later. Thanks for joining. Peace.